At least 6 people are presumed dead after a bridge collapse in Baltimore early this morning. Wow.
An out-of-control container ship rammed into the bridge overnight, causing the collapse you just saw. There were vehicles on that bridge that plunged into the water.
Thanks so much for joining us for Fox 23 News at 6. I'm Shay Rozzi.
And I'm Rick Marinon. Sarah's off tonight. After that scary scene in Baltimore, you may be wondering about the integrity of our own bridges here in Oklahoma.
Our state has seen something like this before when 14 people died after a bridge collapse in Weber's Falls back in 2002.
Fox 23's Jenna James learned how the State Department of Transportation works to make sure a tragedy like that doesn't happen again.
Oklahoma Department of Transportation is required to inspect the bridges that they maintain every 2 years, but they often inspect them more frequently. And since the 2002 I-40 bridge collapse near Weber's Falls, they've taken action to prevent something like that from happening again. When the bridge collapse in Baltimore happened on Tuesday morning, many in Green Country thought back to May of 2002, the I-40 bridge collapse near Weber's Falls. 22 years ago, 14 people died when a barge hit the I-40 bridge over the Arkansas River. A nearly 600-foot section fell into the water, along with 8 vehicles. Since that time, Oklahoma Department of Transportation has built and maintained bridges with barges in mind.
Since that incident, we have added pier protection to all of the bridges that go over the river navigation system. So, barges, if they're going to hit one of those pier protection devices instead of a pier. TJ
Gerlach says there are also lights so that the barge drivers can see better when going through a span. On the roads, he says, one big problem is overheight trucks striking bridges. When that happens, ODOT shows up fast.
We do our annual inspections, and then anytime we have a cause for concern, bridge inspectors will go out there and look and make sure that everything is sound. If they see any problems that they think the bridge needs to be closed, they'll shut it down immediately.
Gerlach says currently, out of the 6,800 bridges ODOT maintains, only 1% are structurally deficient.
Thankfully, in the past several years, we've had a lot of improvement on our highway bridges. So our highway bridges, we rank actually in the top 5 nationwide for our highway bridge conditions.
Gerlach says just because bridges are structurally deficient doesn't mean that you can't drive on them. He says that just means that they're on a plan for repair and for maintenance. Covering news that matters, Jenna James, Fox 23 News.
The Oklahoma Department of Transportation did send Fox 23 a statement after we wrapped up today's interview. It says in part, quote, Oklahoma has placed a priority on highway bridge conditions and raised its national ranking of bridges in poor condition from 49th to top 10.